Are you concerned about the evolution of AI technology?
No. No. I don't know. I don't think it's going to take off the way people anticipate that it's going to take off. I still think there's a huge need for real people in our world, and I don't think it's going to take off to a concerning level, in my opinion.
Just wrote my cover letter for me for a job. So, but yes, that is a concern. I am using a lot of the benefits right now, but for sure the future looks a little scary. Yeah, but I'm going to use it. I'm going to utilize its benefits for right now.
It kind of blows my mind that you can get AI to write you your paper in high school. It makes me worried that people are not going to do things for themselves as much and possibly lose out on jobs for people too. It just seems like maybe helpful, but also maybe terrifying.
Yeah, and for me, similar. I think AI kind of, well, if you look at what it's done for artists already, it's taken away a lot of their creative purchase and a lot of their way to interact and produce in society. I don't want to say AI is necessarily a completely bad thing, but I think there's a lot of deep ethical questions that need to be asked around the use of it, and I don't see those questions being asked. So.
We're seeing this explosion of AI technology way faster than we're able to control it, and way faster than we're able to regulate it, especially with the expansion of the internet and stuff like that. There's just not really any way to regulate exactly how things are being made and what we're doing with them. And that really concerns me, and it really freaks me out. And in part, I worry if we're already too far gone, but I don't want to say that because I feel like that's a very negative way to look at things.
I think there's a balance in terms of where AI fits. It's not going to go away. I think it's going to continue to grow, and a lot of jobs are going to be displaced as well because of AI.
When you start passing off something that a computer did 99% of the work on as something that you did, that's where I start to have issues with it. Like if you're just saying, hey, here's this cool thing my computer made, that's fine. But if you start to take more credit for it than that, I don't know how I feel about that.
I think we should embrace it. I think it's part of it. It's definitely concerning with a lot of stuff that could go wrong with it, but I think if we stop fearing it and we start to embrace it, I think it would just unlock a lot of good stuff for the world. I mean, there's always something that's going to go wrong, and when you look at the potential of it, it's fascinating, it's amazing, and it's like a gateway into, you can see what the future is going to look like, which I think it's just something we should be like open-minded about, So.
Yeah, I mean, I think it has the potential to trim a lot of the fat in administrative jobs. And, some people may think that's a bad thing because you're getting rid of jobs. But at the same time, when you're increasing efficiency, I don't think that can ever be a bad thing. So,
well, I think we have to be concerned about anything new in technology. But at the same time, this is how things progress. We have to embrace new technology when it's there and maybe put in safeguards to make sure things are controlled properly and don't get out of hand, but we can't stop the advances. I think it's important.
Yeah, it's a huge concern. I think that well, first of all, it's in its infancy right now, and but we have nothing right now that in terms of like not just in regulation but how to regulate it, like no one really has a policy or anything like that in terms of that, because by the time you make a policy, it's going to evolve in a way that that policy is just not going to be relevant anymore, and it's just going to continue to evolve. So, yeah, I am concerned.
But yes, I'm concerned. I don't know what we can do about it because once you let the cat out of the box, it's like dynamite. It just progresses to nuclear power, and but yeah, I am concerned because pretty soon we're not going to be able to tell, what's real and what's not. And, did a human think of this or did a machine? It's probably already that case in numerous incidences already. So,
am I concerned? You got the right person. I'm very interested in the AI technology. I wonder if it's like the steam engine was or the lathe was to original industrialization, and whether that will cause a lot of, artisans like the loom, people who used to be able to weave went out of business. And I assume that'll happen again with AI. No, it'll probably bring more growth and more wealth. So in the long run, I'm not concerned. In the short run, yeah, of course.
I'm not actually. I think it's progress. I think it's something that is a logical next step for all of us. I think we can benefit a lot from it, not only from the capability, technologically speaking, but also because it's not going to be biased. It'll be completely logical in its decisions.
A little bit, because you don't know what direction it's heading, and there's so many different industries that it could be impacting. So yeah, it is becoming more of a concern, something I wouldn't have been thinking about 2 months ago, but yeah.
And specifically from medical purposes, right? Artificial intelligence can detect those kind of things which we can't detect, right, as a human being. So I believe that's the first thing. As well as from the IT perspective, right, the code which we cannot write, but artificial intelligence can write those kind of code and logics, right? So then definitely I believe AI is much better and good thing for our future. Yeah.
It's not the right question because I'm working IT. So I'm excited about the development of AI instead of being really concerned. It definitely has implications and we need to be responsible, but it's like any other technology, it's more inevitable.